natural grass slowed him down a little bit. He was excited to get back on this track here in Calgary, and he said he'd be much better. He backed up his words in the first series.
Yes, he did, Gervain, and in fact, averages over 11 yards a carry against the Roughriders. So it's back in his hands again on the left side, up to the 44-yard line. So Cornish gets 4 on that carry.
It's an outstanding average for John Cornish, and that's one of the reasons that Joffrey Reynolds is, for the second week in a row, a healthy scratch. Cornish with a 7.3-yard average. Joffrey Reynolds not dressed again for this game. The team's all-time leader, the running back position.
Still looks strange just to see him on the sidelines like that. Two-time rushing champ, 6 times 1,000 yards. And in his second last start, he had 14 carries for 80 yards, but when he went 7 for 15 against BC, John Hufnagel made a change, and John Cornish now is number 1, and LaMarcus Coker is his backup. I think some were surprised with Larry Taylor back. That was the reason we were told Reynolds was out last week, because Coker can play special teams. Coker stays in, even with Taylor back. Second down and a conversion on the play, as Robbie Bryant, who had that big game individually in Moncton with 3 touchdowns, has a first down catch.
Yeah, 5 catches for 75 yards. Now, a couple of those catches late in the game when Drew Tate was in, but nonetheless, Robbie Bryant with 3 touchdowns did get back on the board. Remember, this is a guy who had 15 last year. Little slant route to move the chains.
First down at the 53, and the pitch to Cornish. And another crease for John Cornish back into Rough Rider territory. It's a first down at the Saskatchewan 46.
You know, clearly the game plan for Calgary is just to settle things down and try and get that ball possession and maintain the ball possession. Hufnagel was critical of the loss of focus for his football team, and we've seen them show a lot more emotion outwardly. It's certainly Henry Burris throughout the last few games, and their losses, 3 of the last 4. But a solid running game and time of possession advantage can settle him down nicely.
Here's Rambo with the catch, and he gets brought down around the 36, close to another first down. Well, John Hufnagel preaching resilience and a test of that early after the good opening drive, and the Paradise miss that results in just 1 point.
You know, and on the other side of the ball, Chris, I'm watching a Saskatchewan defense, and you know, the questions that were coming from the media last week with Ken Miller that he took offense at was that they were flat to start the game, and I don't see a team that's playing with a lot of energy to start this game.
Stampeders march again, and the handoff, huge hole. John Cornish, second level and more. Tristan Jackson trying to pull him down. But John Cornish eating up the yards in this opening quarter.
Well, the one thing that you can tell if a team is flat and not playing with great energy and great enthusiasm is tackling. And we've seen John Cornish run through a bunch of armed tackles. First of all, big hole at the line of scrimmage. Not a good sign if you're a Saskatchewan Roughrider fan. Cornish just will not go down by the first tackler. In fact, it's the 3rd or 4th.
So a 16-yard gain. Cornish averaging close to 14 yards already today. Coker in. Burris way back. And now throws in the flat. It's caught by Nick Lewis. And he stretches down to the 11-yard line.
Go back to that John Cornish run, and I just want to see again what happened at the line of scrimmage. I mean, the Saskatchewan Roughriders so far in this game are losing the battle on the line of scrimmage. You see Barron Simpson in the hole. That's the center, Tim O'Neill, who's going to lead the way for John Cornish on this previous play, and he's going to take on Barron Simpson, turn him to the inside. That opens up the hole. You've got Sumpas out leading and cutting Jarrell Freeman off. I mean, if those offensive linemen, big bodies, get on linebackers, it's going to be a long day for this defense.
O'Neill gets his job back for the injured John Gott. Larry Taylor is met at the 5-yard line. Chris McKenzie with the tackle. But it's another first down, and it's 1st and goal for Calgary.
You know, played hard last week. I mean, that was one guy in the Saskatchewan defense that was a sort of a bright spot for them. I mean, Chris McKenzie had 8 tackles against the BC Lions, and a good solid one there.
So 1st and goal. Stamps at the 6. Hand off, LaMarcus Coker. Down close to the 3. Coker, who had a 47-yard touchdown run in the preseason, then his first carry in live CFL action last week's a 75-yard touchdown run, and earning very quickly the moniker Quick 6 in Calgary.
He doesn't know what just happened there. Just a couple of yards.
An injured Saskatchewan Roughrider. It's the veteran defensive tackle Dario Romero. The heart of the interior of that Roughrider front four. He gets attention and will step aside. Well, CFL on TSN action continues after this game as the Ticats battle the Argos. Live coverage begins immediately following this game on TSN and TSN Mobile TV. Rod Dwayne double dipping today, and a must win for the Argos trying to get back into it as Dario Romero looks like he can get some weight on that ankle that got rolled on.
Yeah, it was LaMarcus Coker. I'm going to show you his leg. You see his right leg right here, and it looked like just on that ankle as Coker was going down, he landed right on the inside or the outside of that ankle.
Well, it's been the weekend of the goal line stand so far. 10th play of the drive. 2nd and goal from the 2. John Cornish. Touchdown.
Ralph Freeman thinks that he got him down before he crossed the plane. No hesitation from the officials. I know Jarrell Freeman stepped up and made a big hit on John Cornish, but I'm not sure his knee touched. Coming right at you, Cornish is going to cut inside, and there's the hit. If there's any question, the ball crossed the plane.
5th touchdown of the year for Cornish. Paradise adds the extra point. Just under 2.5 left to the opening quarter, and Calgary has an 8-point lead.
Good is good, but great is better.
Delicious. It's Mott's Garden Cocktail, an exciting vegetable blend with a smooth garden fresh taste and 2 servings of vegetables.
That was incredible.
Mott's Garden Cocktail, a fresh take on vegetable cocktail.
Why not invite Red and Ginger over tonight? Johnny Walker, the world's #1 selling Scotch whiskey.
Now, as I watch this replay of John Cornish again going in, Jarrell Freeman may have a bit of an argument. I mean, it looks like his knee, tough to tell right there, but if his knee is touching the ground right there, that ball has not crossed the goal line just yet.
But it is hard to determine whether that knee is down or not.
No challenge, and Jarrell Freeman was pretty animated when he saw it.
A great start for Cornish. 5 carries, 61 yards, and the touchdown. Brandon West. West plowing his way up to the 40. Good return. An impressive touchdown march for the Stampeders.
Well, this game has been all about John Cornish, though, and whether or not he's running the football, catching it out of the backfield, making people miss. I mean, he has just been the difference maker. There has been some throws mixed into these drives, but it's been a lot of Cornish early and often.
Averaging 12 yards a carry, just a little better than his career 11.3 against the Roughriders, who have to get going offensively. And Brandon West now at running back and up close to the 44. And about 4 for Brandon West.
You know, one of the key plays in that game and the loss for Saskatchewan last week was when Mark Parento had that high snap, went over Darian Durant's head. That's another one that's kind of hot and low to his hip. And in a shotgun snap, you want to be a little bit softer on it so that the quarterback can corral that football. He doesn't have to look down too much and take his eyes off the coverage. Now, that was just a handoff, didn't really affect it, but if that's a throw, it makes it tougher on Durant.
Durant looking for his first completion. Pressure again, and he's got to throw that away to avoid the sack. Big-time heat coming from Calgary. And Charleston Hughes has had a huge first quarter.
Pressure off the edge on Darian Durant, who had no chance here. I mean, it gets there in a hurry. Charleston Hughes is going to take and get the sack, but it's from the opposite side that the pressure initially arrives. Hughes is working down at the bottom. Pressure comes from the top, and it's Brandon Smith.
I don't want to upset Ken Miller, but the Roughriders look flat. There's Milo. Line drive, and it's R.J. Franklin back there. Off the 9-game DL, and away he goes. But there is a flag. There's Milo, cuts him back, and he'll get drilled down. But there is a flag. Jason Claremont, the tackle. Flag back at the Calgary 27-yard line.
On the return, illegal block. Calgary number 48. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Justin Kahn gets called for the Calgary Stampeders and takes off that R.J. Franklin return off the board. Guy who's just returning to the lineup from injury.
Last played in week 3, was injured against Winnipeg and just had a 50-yard return wiped out.
He will play sparingly on offense as he works his way back into that lineup, with sparing for Johnny Forzani.
Well, the Stamps close to 150 yards of offense in the opening quarter, and it's still got about 30 seconds to go. A catch for Rambo. He gets tossed back, short gain.
Ken Miller talked about it was execution last week more than this team was flat. But, you know, watch this Saskatchewan Roughrider defense sort of get back and organized in the huddle here. It seems like a team that's almost milling around. And I know it's early in this game. It's just ending the first quarter here, but it just doesn't seem to be any pop or jump in this team.
You see Dario Romero back. Rambo got 8, so 2nd and 2. And Henry Burris, quarterback option. And there's Cornish. Once again, John Cornish, the dominant player in this first quarter, that ends with another Calgary first down. 8-0 Stampeders. Well, the first quarter stats say it all, and you wonder how it's only 8-0 Calgary.
Yeah, if you're Saskatchewan, you're happy that the score is what it is, because it's been dominance in the first quarter. 9 first downs, double the time of possession. John Cornish has 73 yards rushing in 1 quarter, more than the Rider offense. And, you know, I talked, Chris, about, you know, what it looks like when you're flat. There's a fine line there, because it can be false enthusiasm too, you know, when everyone's rah and all that. And that's sort of that false enthusiasm. But you can see when a team is fired up. They're congratulating everybody on a tackle. You know, you're getting up, breaking the huddle and getting your down in your stance and getting ready. And I just don't see it in Ken Miller's group.
Well, the first 2 possessions, Calgary drives the field, misses a short field goal, then drives the field and scores a touchdown. And now they have another first down, and this time Kenyon Rambo jumps the gun, and they'll have to march back 5.
And the other thing we haven't seen with the Calgary Stampeders right now is how they will face adversity.
Offside. Calgary number 85. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Maybe this will be a little bit of it. Kenyon Rambo shaking his head, but you know, that first quarter pretty much a breeze for the Calgary Stampeders. John Hufnagel hasn't seen how they will respond to his criticism of this team during the week, because they haven't faced adversity yet in this game.
Rambo does have a catch today. That's the 400th of his career. It's 1st and 15. And the drop play, LaMarcus Coker, and Keith Shulligan pulls him down at the 46-yard line. So 5 for Coker, and it will be 2nd and 10.
I just want to add one more thing to that intangible with Saskatchewan. There is no reason in the world that this team should be flat.
No.
This is a game they've got to have. I mean, this is a game that if they can still get the season series on Calgary by winning the next 2 against them by more than 15 points.
Well, they can get right back in the mix. They'll be 4 points out of a 3-way tie for first. 2nd and 10. The Rough Riders have a stop. There's an open man, and Johnny Forzani didn't seem to track the ball well, and it's a drop when it could have been a big play.
Oh, it was, because Forzani wide open on the outside. I mean, a ball perfectly thrown to him, too. He had got that outside seam right down the rail as he does the double move on Tristan Jackson. And look at the step. He has 3 or 4 yards on him, but just you're right, tracking the football, had some problems with it, picked it up late, and then really fought it as he went down and lost the fight. But you can't blame number 1 for that one.
So Bert Dales to launch it with the wind at his back for the first time. Tristan Jackson from his 7. And Jackson dances his way to the 19 and then gets tossed out. Tried to draw a flag, none coming.
What's your 180